Hi everyone, it's the Assyrian priestess with you. I hope this finds you well. We're going to do a room for repair reading, and what that means is I'm going to ask the question, is there room for repair? So before we begin, think about a space in your life that you're considering making amends, making repairs, emotionally, physically, metaphorically. We're just going to see what comes up. So I'm going to read from the Wild Unknown Pocket Archetypes, and I just had to show you the delightful little mini book. It's probably come out in a mirrored version, but is that the sweetest thing you've ever seen? And I've got the Dark Goddess Tarot for clarifications, and in the shadow was the Goddess Ishtar. So that's always a good sign. Okay, so lots of cards popping out. Let me put this to the side. So we start with the desert. The desert is in reverse. The venom sort of on its side, and the dead end. Okay, so I'm going to read these. I never read this deck topsy-turvy, but I'm going to today. So if there's a place in your life where I see some definite endings, a situation that kept you in a state of feeling lost, feeling dry. I mean, it's the desert. So the desert is a wide expanse. It's, an ecological majesty, really. It's such an awe-inspiring place to be. However, when you think about what it really is, it's a barren place. It's a place where very little is happening. And so metaphorically for us, a desert place is feeling like you're lost in the great big expanse of dryness or a dry spell. So it could have been a creative dry spell or just a lack of drive for you. Now that's in reverse, so I'm wondering if that is actually shifting. And the fact that we've come into this reading with the intention of repair shows me that that period, that chapter is closing out, because it's tipped over its head. Now when it's completely finished and complete, right, it wouldn't even make an appearance. Now the second card we have is the venom reversed. So the venom is poisonous thoughts, poisonous language, critique, anger spoken in words, violence spoken in words, hatred, throwing darts at each other, stuff like that. Spitting poison, as they say, or spewing poison. So that's also in reverse. And then we've got the dead end. So you've got three pretty dry, vast, empty cards. Because look at the venom card. There is a black void inside with, the gnashing teeth of a wild animal are revealed. So someone has spoken harsh words to you, or you have spoken harsh words yourself to others or to yourself. There's been a period of feeling lost, isolated, very alone, wandering, but also possibly replaying conversations and words over and over in your mind. And I get the sense that they were related to a place that you found yourself that you figured out was a dead end, there was no way through. And that would have felt quite despairing for you. But again, it's tipped over on its head. So it's almost like a ways showing. And one of the messages of the dead end card is, you know, in the movie where someone's going into the dead end and you're like, don't go down that road. There's always like this, you know, deus ex machina moment, or some sort of like something comes to the rescue, something opens up. So there's the comic here and the castle in reverse. So perhaps the dead end was you trying to find a home or a house or moving, and you've tried to keep a positive face through this. I see that. I see that you've like kept showing up, you've kept up appearances, you've attended social events, and you know, you didn't isolate yourself. And then you've hit this fault line. I mean, the question here is there room for repair? Looks like you're going through a lot, or you've gone through a lot. Or perhaps all of this is playing out in the psyche right now. I know some of you are, you know, seeking and exploring answers and the rest. Exploring for answers, rather. So is there room for repair in this situation? Okay, my goodness. We have the offering in the shadow. Let me move Ishtar over for a minute. We have a bridge. We have the Queen. Oh my gosh, and we have the King and the Poet. So, yeah, oh my goodness. I mean, the first thing I want to say is there is hope for repair, especially if this was a relationship rupture or disruption. It's exposed a lot of things for you. This thing that you've gone through has exposed a lot to you. I mean, we've got two royal figures, but they're separated by a castle inverted. So I don't know if there was like, if there's a couple in this reading who are going to embark on something together, this building this metaphorical castle. So this could be you and another moving out together, building a home together, looking to move in together. Or it could be sort of a business relationship, or even like a job opportunity where, you know, you've been unemployed forever and you've been so self-critical about it, but showing up for gigs, showing up for, you know, interviews, but you're just not striking the deal. Like you can see what you want on the other side, but you're not actually meeting in the middle. But then we have the bridge card, but I don't like where the bridge is sitting in this reading. Like I really wish the bridge was sitting where the castle is. So it's almost like you're a whisper away from repair. So we have the unseen card. There are forces at play that you don't see. This is actually a benevolent card. It's almost like, you know, the universal wisdom is working on your side. But it could actually mean, stuff you don't see yet. Because we have the vessel and then we have the mirror. So I don't know if these two figures are mirroring each other in the situation. We have the destroyer in the shadow. There seems to be some sort of standoff here, some sort of rupture. And I did ask the question, is there room for repair? And of course, the answer is yes, but I see that there's a lot of internal like self-seeking happening. Anything else we need to know? I really do want to clarify with the tarot. We have the sword and the prayer in the shadow. It's almost like you're not building bridges, you're cutting each other off, or you're cutting this thing out. Why is that? Eros and the riddle and the flame. It's almost like something that was creative and beautiful and passionate has exposed something. And the vessel card is interesting because it's about the body, it's about the womb, it's about what you use to carry something. So perhaps the repair, the vessel being next to the fault line, shows that the repair needs to sit with really investing in the carrier. What is the carrier of this? What carries this? Who's doing all the carrying? How are we helping each other? I mean, the riddle's interesting too. It's like something that was beautiful is also ugly. That's the riddle. Something that is medicine also is injurious. Okay. There's a lot going on in the collective right now. Okay, we have the healer, the mentor and the stone. I see that you're seeking guidance. I see that you're seeking healing, whether it's internally or from sort of a support person. I'm sorry if the images are cut out. Let's clarify. There is a flame that still burns here. And, you know, a flame a flame is a flicker, but it can become a fire if it's stoked well. So is there room for repair? I mean, the two big messages I got is about carriage and carrying. Who is doing the carrying and what is the carriage? Because the castle is not the carriage, it's something else. And the flame is about fuel. So it's sort of really practical. Is there room for repair? Yes, if practical measures are taken. Practically speaking, I'm going to read the flame and the vessel as my two indicator cards here. Possibly even the stone. I'll take the stone. Because you're not building a bridge. You're severing ties. I can see there's been negative talk, negative words, negative thoughts. The question is about carriage and carrying. Could be your body. So number one, getting your body fitter, healthier. And by fitter, that doesn't mean pushing yourselves to extremes with exercise culture. Fitness is with all layers and levels of fitness. So mental fitness, emotional, spiritual, sleep. Like there's so many elements to us feeling well. And I think a lot of us in the modern times just push ourselves to the brink and wonder why we're not healthy. And I hear it a lot, you know, I hear it a lot by people who really are diligent, but they're not getting anywhere because I sense that they and we are burning ourselves out and we're not doing things really honoring the vessel. So the vessel is the body. it's also in this scenario, I really sense like that's the only word I'm getting is the carriage. What carries this? What's the infrastructure? Not just the house and the home and the architecture, but the infrastructure. You know, and the difference between architecture and infrastructure is this: you can build a home with the best architecture in the world, but if it is built on not on solid ground, or in a community where there isn't the right roads and lighting and sewage systems and infrastructure, rail networks, etc. Think of how a city is designed. And so the vessel reminds me of that infrastructure, of what is that emotionally and metaphorically in your ecology. Is there room for repair? Yes, when you get the infrastructure right. And if it's about a relationship, same message. And infrastructure is really hard right now because that's like the ecology of our landscape. It's bigger than just us. So trying to get that balance right and trying to find that, really seems impossible in these times. It's got to be something solid and firm. Again, I get a real sense of infrastructure. See all the different layers geometrically in this image? Is that no matter how grey and grim the outside world is, the inner circle is protected through solidness. So finding answers that really are solid, and then you can see this pattern is repeated in the flame. The flame is at a flicker right now, but it will grow and it will burn with the right protection around it. And so I'm getting the sense that the repair that needs to be done is more than just apologizing and building a bridge and love will conquer all. No, I see this as there's something in the repair or even the building of the infrastructure that needs to be done. And it can be done, this is long-term stuff as well. Like, think of people who chisel stone. Let's see if there's any clarifiers. So it seems like we're going to have a deep reading. If you want to leave the oracle part, it ends here. I'm just going to clarify with the Dark Goddess Tarot. So the first card out is the Four of Fire. This is the Four of Wands. Again, an architecture kind of reference here. Second card is Seven of Fire. This is Durga slaying the monster. Which could allude to, the Venom card and things like that. Got a whole story coming out there, whole chapter of your life. We have the Nine of Fire. I sense a real holding back energy. I feel like you're battling something and you're trying to stave something off. You're holding something off. It's like, no, can't do this again. Look at the goddess in the Nine of Fire. She's holding off. I don't know what these figures are. Are they little creatures? Are they vessels? Again, we have this reference to the vessel. And there's the Ten of Fire. You're very depleted. Your vessel, like your body as vessel, seems to be depleted. And, Ten of Fire leads us to the flame. Maybe your flame is actually dim, is not burning bright. And it's dim because you've burnt yourself out, or maybe you've been wounded or harmed in some way. And so the repair here really is around the body. So anything you can do to repair the body, to get healing for the body, to get help for the body, and the body includes your mind, your moods, your psychology. Followed by Athena, the 2 of air. So being at a crossroads, and maybe you're of two minds about something. Could be a should I stay or should I go scenario for you. Or should I choose this road, should I choose that? Is there room for repair? Any messages from the goddesses? Is there room for repair? I guess, yeah, the biggest answer for this is rest. I mean, 10 of Wands is the burnout card. It's pointing majorly to rest and recovery. And you've also got the 9 of fire too. So you've got the 9 and 10 of Wands. And then you've got the priestess, so 2 2s. I've been getting a lot of repetitions lately. I want to do a little tarot talk on that because I don't know much about it. I'm going to do some research around like constantly getting 2 2s in a reading, or, you know, 2 10s or whatever it is. Here we have a 9 going towards a 10. And then we have Athena, the 2 of air, and the Pythia, the priestess card. I love this priestess card. Oh my goodness. So the Pythia was an oracle in ancient Greece, and she sat up atop this mountain, and vapors would, I think, come from the sort of earth, or some sort of hot baths in the earth. And they would make her have visions. So both the 2 of air and the priestess card are about go within, and we've got the 3 of swords in the shadow. There's been a split and a heartache and a rupture here, and it could be within you. Another tarot talk I was thinking about doing was like cards that represent hormonal shifts and like the women's moon mysteries. And I'm sensing 10 of fire is really related to that. And so's the priestess card. Obviously the moon. I mean, I want to do a series on it. I wonder if the 3 of swords as well is about our heart health, not just heartbreak, but just the ways our heart health is impacted by aging, hormonal fluctuations, etc. So we have the Temperance card. So before I continue with the Temperance, which here is Bridget with alchemy, Bridget is a healing goddess and was linked to water, the healing waters. But with Athena and the Pythia, I kind of get the sense too that the message is within and not without. So you might have been spending a lot of time, you know, internalizing something. Here we have another 2 of water. Bringing 2 opposing elements together, because that's also the alchemy card, you know. I mean, Lorelei has a sad story. I believe she's a German goddess. And then 6 of fire in the shadow. And then we have the Ace of fire. There is hope and room for repair, but I sense that it's within. The work is within, And maybe if the work happens within, it will appear without. But for now, the strong message is take care of your body and your health in however you need to, even if that simply includes rest and prioritizing your sleep. Because you're depleted and the flame will burn. Like, I like that we're ending with Vesta and the Ace of Fire. Your flame will reignite and the two opposing energies will come back together once you heal this split within you. Yeah, so I wish you well. I wish you good sleep and sweet dreams. I feel like Two of Swords and the Priestess is also about dreams and dreaming and visions. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was useful. Please let me know if it was. Otherwise, I will leave you as always with my love and courage until we meet again. Bye for now.